Hey guys, what's going on? ThePrideOfLDN here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into today's video. So we're previewing the Chelsea versus West Brom game today. Of course, Chelsea managed to get a win previously against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup, which was a 6-0 thrashing. Havertz hat-trick. It was a beautiful result for Chelsea. Though in the league, we played Liverpool. Of course, we had the red card, the penalty miss, all that sort of stuff. 2-0 loss. So whilst we did look okay in parts of that game, you know, we clearly came in with a plan to counter-attack, and that was thrown out the window with the red card. So yeah, a loss there. And then of course the 3-1 win at Brighton, where we didn't even look that great, but to manage a 3-1 win when you're not even playing that great is quite, you know, quite admirable, quite good. So there we have a win, a loss, and a big win, and that's the only form so far. West Brom have played, I think, 2 rounds in the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup. I think they won in the second round, lost in, or drew 2-2, but then lost on pens in the previous round. And in the league, they have managed 2 losses, so Everton and Newcastle possibly was the other one, I'm not too sure. But yeah, they've lost twice so far. They are bottom of the league with the worst goal difference. I believe they lost by 3 goals both times, and Kieran Gibbs got sent off just before half-time in their previous game. So Kieran Gibbs, their fullback, will not be available for the game against Chelsea because he had the red card. Although Christensen won't be available for us either, but we have options. So Frank Lampard has confirmed that Edouard Mendy will not be playing the game against West Brom. We'll get to my starting lineup in a minute, but yeah, Edouard Mendy's not going to be starting. He's joined, but like I said before in my announcement video for him, it's probably too soon, which makes sense. He hasn't had time to train and sort of gel with the back line at all, so it makes sense. I'd hope that Willy Caballero is going to be starting, but we'll come to that in a little bit. Ziyech and Pulisic still injured, so that's a big shame. You know, they're probably our best wingers on either side. So does that mean that we'll be seeing Mason Mount on the wing again with Callum on the other one, Timo Werner up front, Kai Havertz in behind possibly? We don't know, but either way, we've got our 2 best wingers currently injured as well. They look like they'll be ready in a week or 2, which is good because they've been training with the rest of the team. So that's at least some good news in that, you know, they're not far off it. And then I believe we've got a game or 2 and then an international break. So after that, everyone should be pretty fit, assuming, fingers crossed, no injuries. So yeah. All in all, a few key injuries, but we should be able to get past West Brom, given that they are the worst team in the league as it stands. You know, conceded 3 goals each game, or lost by 3 goals each game. Chelsea should be able to put a few past them. We are away, but not that away form really matters all that much because there's no crowds anyway, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Let's get on to my starting 11. So starting in goal, as I mentioned, Edouard Mendy not available. We do have the option of Kepa. It's possible Frank will play him because, you know, he wants to try and support him, keep his confidence up. But personally, I'm not for it. I'm going with Willy Caballero in goal. He actually made, like, I think it was 9 saves in the game against Barnsley, who, you know, were very attacking. They came at us very heavily, and he made 9 saves, so you got to give him credit for that. So Caballero starts there for me. Right back slot, I'm going to be throwing Reece James in there. Left back, actually think Emerson deserves a go, and he might not. It might be Alonso, it might be Aspi, but Emerson actually performed really well in the cup, so if he's fit for this game, I'd be throwing him in. But I do get that it's quite a big ask to ask him to play Wednesday and then Saturday, so I can understand if we don't play him, that's fine by me. As for the 2 centre-backs, so Frank Lampard has said that Ben Chilwell and Thiago Silva are contenders, you know, they're available to play, so maybe we'll see them involved. And personally, I'm going to be going with Tomori as one of the centre-backs and Zuma as the other. I think we might see Thiago feature, it's possible, but I'm going to go with Zuma and Tomori. Of course, we've got Rudiger available, and we also have Christensen who's suspended, so Thiago could play. As for the 2 CDMs then, so I've gone for a 4-2-3-1, obviously, as you can see. These would probably be further up as wingers for me, but whatever, this is how this website does it, it's fine. I'm going to be going with, I think, Jorginho will play this game, as well as Kante on the other side. And I think I'd like to see Kovacic in this game, but Jorginho and Kante should be good enough to get us through. In the cam slot, I'm sure you can guess who it's going to be. It's going to be Kai Havertz for me. Possible we'll see Mason. I do think that on the right side is probably where we'll see Mason Mount being deployed. I'd be surprised if, you know, anyone else is playing, like Ruben not really going to play there, Barkley's not really going to play there. I think it will be Mason. I don't know though, I'm not certain on that. On the left side, now that's where you got the debate. I'm thinking you could put Timo Werner on the left wing and have Tammy Abraham up front. Although Tammy did put in quite a bit of a shift, so I'm just not sure. We've of course got Callum, but Callum didn't really have the best of games. It's a tough one to call. Personally, I would like to see this setup, so you'd have Timo Werner on the left and then Tammy Abraham up front. I think that would be solid. I think that would get us through. You'd have the pressing of Tammy and Mason, who are really good at it. Timo's actually getting the hang of it. Kai's a lot more of a free roll, of course. You got Jorginho for the passing range, Kante for the sort of box-to-box, as well as the tackling in front of the back line. And then, of course, Emerson and Reece James, capable of bombing up the wings and doing the job. Emerson honestly could play on either of these wings as well, if we really needed him to. Zuma and Tomori in the back line should be good enough. Zuma's obviously got the height, the physicality. Tomori actually, even though he is shorter, he won a lot of headers against Liverpool. So, you know, I can really see Tomori doing another good job and sort of forcing himself to be one of the starting centre-backs. We could have Thiago Silva in there, of course. Maybe we'll see that. And then Caballero in goal. I think he'll have enough in him to get us past West Brom. You know, it's not being disrespectful to West Brom, but it's the kind of game we should be winning, absolutely. And I think with this team we should be able to. We might see Giroud up front. I think we'd probably see Timo Werner up front, maybe Havertz on the wing, Ruben in there then maybe, or Barkley and Mason Mount on the wing. That's probably more likely to see Timo up front, Havertz on the wing, and then someone at the cam roll. But I think this is possibly what I would choose. Maybe you do have too many tired players in there. I believe Tomori played in the Barnsley game, if I'm remembering correctly. Tammy played a lot, Mason played a lot. So yeah, that might be a bit too much. Emerson made a shift obviously in that game, so I don't know, maybe it is too much to ask, but if these players are looking fit enough, this is what I would go with, and this should be definitely enough to see us through, see us through, get us the win from this game. And we've got a lot of firepower up front, and the defence does look pretty solid, so hopefully we see Edouard Mendy soon. It's not going to be in this game. For a score prediction against West Brom, I think I'm feeling confident. I'm going to say a 3-0. We're going to have another clean sheet with Caballero in goal. If Caballero starts with its Kepa, I really do not think we will keep a clean sheet. And I think we'll be able to bag 3. If I had to put a guess on who's getting a goal, I'm going to put Timo, Tammy and Kai Havertz all getting a goal. And I think that's reasonable. Possibly a header from Zuma instead. I reckon Zuma might be able to get one off a set piece, because our set piece has actually been looking better recently. We've actually been connecting with our headers on attacks rather than sort of getting nothing from them, which it seems like we've had a problem with for a while. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the video. Do not forget that the game kicks off at 5:30 UK time, of course, on Saturday today, so don't miss it. Hopefully we get the win, hopefully get 3 points. My match review will be out tomorrow then after the game, and we'll see what I think. Hopefully it's all positive and good news, otherwise I will not be happy if we drop points to West Brom. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.